You walk through the front door, your cat is already there, staring, waiting. You think, they heard my car, but here's what no one tells you. That's not the whole story. What if your cat remembers not just sounds, not just places, but exactly what you did, where you did it, and how long ago? There's a hidden world inside your home. Only your cat can access it, and most of it is about you. Today, we're uncovering 12 things your cat can sense that you can't. Some will surprise you, a few will make you uncomfortable. And by the end, you might never see your cat the same way again. Hit like if you're ready to see your cat differently, and subscribe because what they're trying to tell you matters more than you think. Let's start with the one that changes everything. Number 12. Your cat remembers what you did, and when. And this is where most people are completely wrong. We used to think episodic memory, remembering specific events, was something only humans had. Then a 2020 study from Kyoto University proved otherwise. Cats remember what happened, where it happened, and how long ago. In the experiment, cats watched their owner interact with different bowls. Later, they didn't just remember the bowls. They remembered exactly which bowl, where it was, and how much time had passed. Now think about your own cat. When they wait at the door at 6:15, even though you got home at 5:30 yesterday. That's not habit. That's them thinking. Normally, human arrives around this time. Yesterday was early, today is different. When they give you that cold stare after a 3-day trip, they're not just happy to see you. They're recalling you left. It was morning, you were gone longer than usual, I remember. Your cat noticed something you didn't even realize you were teaching them. They reacted, and you probably dismissed it. Number 11. Built-in night vision that defies logic. You think you understand darkness? Your cat laughs at your nightlight. Behind their eyes is a reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum. It bounces every bit of light back through the retina, a second time. That's why their eyes glow. They're literally recycling light. They have 8 times more rod cells than you do. In near total darkness, they see shapes. They see movement. You see nothing. That 3 a.m. sprint across your bedroom, jumping over the laundry basket you forgot on the floor. Your cat saw every obstacle perfectly. You would have face-planted. They're not running into walls. They're running circles around your limited human vision. And this is where it gets even stranger. Let me ask you something. Have you ever caught your cat staring at something? And for a second, you felt uncomfortable? Like they were seeing something you weren't? Keep that in mind, because what comes next explains more than you think. Number 10. They see a world painted in ultraviolet. When your cat stares at a blank wall or an empty corner, they're not zoning out. Here's something that will completely change how you see that moment. Cats can see ultraviolet light, a spectrum completely invisible to you. Flower petals glow like neon signs, animal trails light up like glowing footprints. That plain white shirt you're wearing, to your cat, it might be covered in patterns you'll never know exist. A 2014 study confirmed it. Cats' lenses let UV light hit their retina. Yours block it almost entirely. So when your cat is laser focused on nothing, they might be following a glowing map. A map you simply cannot see. Your cat wasn't staring at nothing. You just couldn't see what they were looking at. Number 9. Their hearing range puts any security system to shame. Ever watch your cat's ears swivel like tiny satellite dishes? Tracking something you can't hear? Cats detect frequencies up to 65,000 hertz. Human hearing tops out around 20,000. That means right now, there's an entire layer of sound in your home that only your cat can hear. Electronic chargers, LED lights, your TV on standby. All of them emit high-pitched sounds, completely silent to you, but to your cat, loud and clear. And unlike dogs, cats have 32 muscles in each ear. They can rotate them independently, up to 180 degrees. They don't just hear more, they pinpoint it with extreme precision. If your cat is staring at a wall, there's a very real chance something is moving inside it. But what they hear before disaster strikes is genuinely unsettling. Number 8. They detect infrasound before disaster strikes, and this changes everything you thought about your cat's random behavior. Cats can hear infrasound, low-frequency vibrations, far below what you can perceive. The same deep rumbles produced by storms, seismic activity, even volcanic shifts. Historical accounts from tsunamis and earthquakes describe cats behaving frantically hours before any instrument detected anything. If your cat suddenly becomes restless, paces without reason, or hides in unusual places, pay attention. They might be reading a warning sign, and this is where most people get it wrong. Because over time, when you keep ignoring signals like this, your cat doesn't stop sensing them. They just stop reacting, and that's the part most owners never notice. A warning written in a frequency you will never hear. You thought they were being dramatic. They may have been reacting to something real before you could notice it. Number 7. They feel heat like a walking thermal camera. Cats don't just like warm spots. They detect heat with shocking precision. They have thermoreceptors in their faces, especially around the nose. This lets them sense body heat nearby. It comes from their wild ancestors, helping them locate warm-blooded prey, even in total darkness. Now think about your lap. Your cat always finds the warmest person in the room. It's not your personality. It's your infrared signature. You're not just a companion. You're a heat source. They reacted to something real, and you called it cute? Number 6. Their whiskers are a sixth sense in disguise. Most people think whiskers are just cute. They are catastrophically wrong. A cat's whiskers, vibrissae, are packed with nerve endings. They detect tiny shifts in air pressure and movement. This means they can sense the shape of objects without touching them. They can detect air currents disturbed by nearby prey. They can feel whether a gap is wide enough before they even try to go through it. In near total darkness, their whiskers build a 3D map of the space around them. They're not just navigating, they're scanning, like a living sonar system. And while they're doing that, they're also reading you, in ways you never realized. Number 5. They read your emotional state better than you do. Pause. Be honest. Have you ever had a rough day? And your cat suddenly appeared, sat beside you, and stayed? That wasn't a coincidence. Cats track your facial expressions, your tone of voice, your posture. They register stress hormones you release into the air. A study found cats don't just exist around you. They monitor your emotional state, and they adjust. Your cat can hear your heartbeat. They hear your breathing change. When you're anxious, scared, or sad, you are a living broadcast. And here's the part most people don't realize. Your cat can sense those changes before you consciously feel them yourself, and they are always tuned in. Your cat knew something was wrong before you admitted it to yourself. Number 4. Their nose maps a world invisible to you. A cat's sense of smell is about 14 times stronger than yours. But the real secret is something else. The Jacobson's organ, a special sensory system in the roof of their mouth. When your cat opens their mouth slightly, that strange blank expression, they're not spacing out. They're analyzing, pulling scent molecules into a system built to read pheromones and chemical signals. This lets them detect fear, aggression, illness, reproductive status, and even the emotional history of a space. Your cat walks into a room and reads it like a file. They know who was fighting. They know if someone was afraid, and they never told you. Number 3, they see motion in ways that make them natural-born hunters. A cat's vision isn't built for color. It's built for motion. Their field of view is about 200 degrees. Their peripheral vision is tuned for the smallest flicker. A leaf moving, a cursor on a screen, a shadow shifting across the room. You don't even notice. Your cat does, with an intensity you will never experience. This is why laser pointers are almost cruel. You're not entertaining them. You're activating something ancient, a system built over millions of years. But there's one sense that feels almost supernatural. Number 2, they sense magnetic fields and may navigate by the Earth itself. This is where it gets quietly extraordinary. Emerging research suggests cats may have magnetoreception, the ability to detect the Earth's magnetic field. This could explain why cats find their way home, across dozens, even hundreds of miles. There are real cases of cats returning to owners in completely new cities, following routes they should not be able to know. Their internal compass may be connected to something ancient, something planetary. Next time your cat stares into the distance, they might not be daydreaming, they might be orienting. And that brings us to the one that keeps people up at night. Number 1, cats and the paranormal. What are they actually seeing? Almost every cat owner has a story. The 3 a.m. stare into an empty hallway. The sudden hiss at a corner of the room. The slow tracking of something across the ceiling that isn't there. Science doesn't confirm ghosts, but science does confirm this. Cats experience a version of reality so different from ours. Their reactions will always outpace our explanations. Ultraviolet light you can't see, sounds you'll never hear, vibrations you can't feel, chemical signals you can't read, electromagnetic fields you can't sense. When your cat reacts to something invisible, the most honest answer is simple: invisible to you. Their world is not your world, and whatever they're watching in that empty corner at 3 a.m., they are completely certain it's there. Maybe your cat was never staring at nothing. Maybe you were the one missing everything. Now remember how this started. You walked through the front door. Your cat was already there, waiting. You thought they heard your car, but now you know. They heard your car, yes. But they also remembered the last time you came home. They remembered how long you were gone. They remembered your footsteps, your breathing, your emotional state. They weren't just waiting. They already knew. Understanding what your cat can sense changes how you see them. But knowing what they need from you is just as important. If this made you see your cat differently, subscribe, because the more you understand them, the deeper your connection becomes. Don't miss what they've been trying to tell you all along.